What's good? What's good with my people? It's your boy Deb back with another video. Today we had history in the NBA where both 8 seeds were able to beat the number 1 seeds in the Western and Eastern Conference. Earlier we had the Orlando Magic beating the Milwaukee Bucks, and just a few hours ago we had the Portland Trail Blazers beating the Los Angeles Lakers. This first quarter, it started off with the Blazers going up 36-25 in this first quarter. The largest lead for the Blazers was 14. They were able to hold the Lakers to 30% shooting in this first quarter, going 0 for 8 from 3, while the Blazers were hitting from all around the court, 3 for 9 from the three-point line. Damian Lillard knocked down a few layups early in the game to started getting him heated up. Then he started knocking down threes. He knocked down 2 threes in that quarter, and he only missed 1 shot. The second quarter was all Lakers, going on a 13-1 run and giving them the first lead of the game. AD was a big part of this. He had 21 going into halftime and scored 11 of the last 13 points for the Lakers. LeBron was able to find AD on consecutive plays just to get easy buckets down low. Dame was still cooking. He had 23 points going into halftime. But like I said, the Blazers really struggled this quarter. Their first 9 points of the quarter was all free throws. They didn't score a point from the field until 5 minutes left in that quarter, going 3 for 18 in that quarter, in the second quarter. It really was just a bad performance by the Blazers bench. The rest of the team other than Nurkic and Lillard. Lillard had 23, like I said, and Nurkic had the other 14 to give them 37. And the rest of the team only scored 20 points in the first half. It was really a bad performance from them. The Lakers were able to really dominate because they were killing the Blazers on the offensive glass in that second quarter, getting 5 offensive rebounds and getting a lot of second chance points off of those from Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard and Hassan Whiteside were battling down low. They both had 3 fouls going into halftime. And a big note of the first half was that the Lakers were shooting 2 for 14 from the 3-point land, while the Blazers were shooting 5 for 17. And if the Lakers are going to have a chance in this series to win a few games, they're going to need to shoot way better from the 3-point line, finishing the game with only 3 three-pointers made. So going into that third quarter, the Blazers had a 1-point lead, a 57-56 lead over the Lakers. And CJ McCollum came out this quarter really aggressive, having 11 points in this quarter, 16 up to that point in the game. And LeBron was really setting the table for the Lakers. He had 14 points, 10 rebounds, and 12 assists up until the third quarter. And another key point of what I noticed in the third quarter, and you could tell Melo was really having a good game. He was locked in. He was doing whatever it needed to be done on the defensive side, diving on the floor for loose balls, knocking down threes, finding open teammates. Melo really had a really nice game this game. So going into the fourth quarter, the Blazers had a 3-point lead of a 78-75 game over the Lakers, and Kuzma and the Lakers really started to knock down shots and get hot. The Lakers were able to get an 84-78 lead, and then the Blazers followed that up with an 11-3 run. Dame was able to knock down a few threes. CJ McCollum made a few clutch shots. Nurkic was able to secure rebounds, and really a big part of their run was Hassan Whiteside on the defensive end, not allowing anything to get no one on the Lakers to get free buckets, blocking Caldwell Pope one time, blocking LeBron in the paint twice, I believe, and it really just slowed down the Lakers offense. They weren't able to score late in the game. LeBron is the first player in NBA history to have 20 points, 15 rebounds, and 15 assists in a playoff game and still lose. It's just crazy that the Lakers didn't have anyone else on the court that was able to score. Like I said earlier, they finished the game with 3 threes. They went 3 for 23, and they really can't have that going forward if they want to have a chance in the series. My final thoughts of the game is the Lakers are really in a dangerous spot right now. I don't know if they're going to be able to slow down Damian Lillard or CJ McCollum, who had 21 in this game as well. The Lakers just don't have anybody to guard those 2 dominant perimeter players, especially without Avery Bradley not going to the bubble with the Lakers for this championship run. I know they get Rondo back in a few games, but I don't think Rondo is going to be that big of a difference maker. I mean, he will be on both sides. He will help the Lakers with another playmaker on the floor because they didn't have anybody else on the floor other than LeBron, AD, and Alex Caruso really doing anything for them on the offensive end. Kuzma had a good game, but it was a real inconsistent game. He would get hot for a moment and then he would go ice cold. So with that being said, I know that the Lakers have the two best players on the court, a lot of people would say, but Damian Lillard is really showing this since the return of the NBA that he's got to be a top 5 player in this league, carrying the Blazers to a victory in the first game against the Lakers. It's just, I really think that the Blazers might be able to win this series. After watching this first game and seeing what they were able to do against AD and LeBron, having those bigs and Whiteside and Nurkic down there, slowing everything down for the Lakers in the paint, and with the perimeter players and Carmelo knocking down shots, CJ McCollum knocking down shots and able to get to the bucket very easily against Caldwell Pope and Danny Green, and then no one on the Lakers being able to guard Damian Lillard. I just don't really see how the Lakers are going to be able to make it out of this series. The Lakers are really going to struggle in all of those categories. They struggle. They were one of the worst teams against point guards in the league this year, and it's just carried over to the playoffs, especially with them not being able to make shots. It's just a lot of it. The Blazers are putting up threes instead of the Lakers twos. So when the Lakers go on a run, it's just a run of maybe to get up 10 or 11 points when the Blazers can knock down threes and spread a 6-point lead to an 18-point lead before you blink your eyes. So I don't know what you guys are thinking. Let me know in the comments if you think the Lakers will win this series, if you think the Blazers are going to be able to hold on this series and make it out of this round and make it to the next round. I want to thank you guys for watching my video. Go ahead and subscribe to my boy Jackson's channel at Jackson Kruger Sports. Hit that sub button to my channel at Break It Down Dev if you could. I would love and appreciate that. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later, and deuces.